Today on the Evo, we're going to be fitting a Zaklee cam pulley guard and an APR carbon spark plug cover. So while I was waiting for other parts to arrive and trying to decide on other things I wanted to do, I thought I'll tidy up the engine a little bit on the car. And the two things you can do quite easily is change the spark plug cover and change the cam pulley cover. So that's what I'm doing. So let's start with the Zaklee cam pulley cover. Okay, so this is the cover right here. It's perspex clear. Interestingly, it shows you on here that the Evo 4 to Evo 8, obviously I'm new to the Evo, so a lot of people probably know this, but I didn't until I started looking into this. The cam cover, etc. is the same on Evo 4 to Evo 8, so you can fit a cam pulley cover from anything in that range generation, and it's the same with the spark plug cover. It's the same Evo 4 to 8, so that's kind of cool, because sometimes it's just listed as Evo 8, but it doesn't matter, and some people don't know that the earlier cars, you know, don't fit the later cars, and it's interchangeable and so on. But anyway, this should be a quick job to do, the first thing. So let's get off the cam pulley guard and let's get the nice new one on. Okay, that's the old cam guard off, and you can see there where apparently that's a known thing, that the cam guards foul on the cam pulleys, which is interesting, but apparently this one doesn't do that, the new one. So let's get this on. It's a bit of a with the car, you never know what you're going to find because it's a built engine, but I was kind of hoping there might be some cool HKS pulleys or something hiding in there, but oh well, they're OEM, it looks like. So there we go, let's get this out and get this on. But yeah, very simple job. Okay, so that's the Zaklee clear cam gear cover on. You can see it there. Say, it would look a lot better if I had some nice HKS pulleys or something, but and a nice sort of Kevlar timing belt. But oh well, it's on. It was a bit fiddly. It was a bit harder than I thought it would be to actually fit, just to get to that bottom bolt with the other wires in place and the other cables running, etc. and pipes. Pipes was the word I was looking for. It was a bit fiddly to get hold of, but managed to get it on. And because this cam cover has been painted at some point not so long ago, these two top holes, the threads were quite tight, so you couldn't really do as it suggested, which is just do it like hand tight with the screwdriver, because there was quite a lot of resistance. But other than that, kind of easy job. Let's go take a look at the APR carbon spark plug cover. So here is our APR. I always get confused, ARP, APR. Our APR, fresh from Germany, spark plug cover. Let's have a look at this. Again, it's the same for Evo 4 to 8.9, so it just bolts straight on, which is very useful to know, because some people don't know that, weirdly. One place in Greece that sells these things, but sells custom ones, they didn't know that. I had to sort of say to them, no, I think you'll find it fits everything, I think. And then they kind of said, oh yeah, you're right. There we are. That's pretty good, isn't it? That's the good thing with APR parts. A few little bubbles there in the from the cloth, it looks like, with the lacquer, with the resin, which is apparently quite common. And a bit of sort of overspray from paint there on the sides, but the main bit that you're going to see looks perfect. APR, I've had a few things from them in the past. They're most famous for doing wings and canards and what have you, I think largely in the States. But yeah, their stuff is good. Not very light though. So let's get the original one off and then put this one on. Just before we put the new cover on, it's interesting to see that there is a little aluminium bracket that's been made up here that is clearly just holding the coil packs into place. So I'm assuming that's because the car's running a lot more power, a lot more boost, and it's to stop the coil packs from popping out, maybe, which is a interesting little mod there. So I'm going to just tidy this up a little bit before we put the cover on, and then we can crack on. And that is it, we are done. Both little blingy pieces are in place, all tightened up. I think it's made an improvement and it looks kind of cool. Say, shame about the belt and the pulleys, but the cover is pretty nice and tidy. I would say it wasn't straight bolt-on fit. I had to adjust the holes a little bit because they weren't in the right place. And I think how it kind of sits flush with the cam cover isn't quite perfect, but that's me just being me. Otherwise, it's pretty good. So there we go. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed watching me tart up the engine bay slightly. And if you're thinking of doing the same sort of thing, you kind of know what you need to buy to do the job that I've done. So thank you for watching.